Let me put
Hold
on
up,
this.
I hear music.
Yeah. Am I fucking gay? While I'm doing this, Ender is telling his brother to turn off the music. And now he's washing his hands because I assume he jacked his brother off real quick. I'll tell you what you were doing right now. We'll start recording. I said you went to jack your brother off.
Oh well, yeah.
Yeah.
He's just jealous that it wasn't him.
Did the jacking off
Either way,
Either-
you get jealous of anything.
of anything gay?
Yes.
Well, we just watched the Suicide Squad. Me for the first time. How many times have you seen it?
This was my fourth time watching
Fourth time.
and I watched it last night at 11
Why?
because my coworkers hadn't seen it,
Oh, okay.
and I'm probably gonna watch it again. Nothing's gonna stop me. I'm single-handedly gonna fix this movie's box office returns.
Well, they're not getting any money from you because you have the fucking Regal Pass.
No, but people go with me.
Oh.
I'll start buying the tickets. I'll
see.
buy the whole damn auditorium.
Pete Davidson did that.
Did he?
Yeah. He bought like a whole theater, but he was like only bitches allowed. Only skinny bitches with big tits can watch this movie.
See, I don't know if you're joking because this does sound like something he would do.
That's something I would do. I don't know if he did it. That's something I'm planning on doing.
Yeah.
Well, my first premiere, I'm just gonna buy like an entire theater but just have a sign that's like,
No fat women allowed.
yeah, I'll invite like one of like my little cousin or something, and just be like, you have to like feel all of their tits, and if you think they're satisfactory, then weigh them, and they can get it.
And why your little cousin for this specifically?
No, but like my little cousin's like 20 years old.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it wouldn't be. It would be illegal, but not because of that. Because of the harassment,
Yeah.
not because of the underage thing.
I mean, if they agreed to it, would it be illegal?
I don't think so. No.
Yeah. So you're fine
Yeah.
then.
Well, I mean, that's the whole. I mean, I would have to add a parenthesis at the end that said with consent.
I'm not a lawyer,
Yeah,
but this sounds like a really solid plan.
Listen, I'll talk this over with my lawyer first, and if
Yeah.
he says no, then he's gay, and I'll fire him, and I'll do it anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll
There you
get
go.
paid.
That's how the law works
That's-
too. Once again, not a lawyer, but that's how the law works.
Your Honor, objection. My lawyer is gay. Sustained.
The district attorney is gay.
Yeah.
This whole courtroom is gay.
Everyone's gay.
The jury's gay.
Harvey Milk came back to life. And it's like, Your Honor, I might be a homosexual, but even I would allow a skinny bitches with big tits movie theater. And the judge is like, Harvey Milk has spoken. All right, well, I really like the movie. Okay, first of all, like it blows the first one out of the water.
It blows all DC movies out of the water.
Yeah, this is the best DC movie, huh?
I'm
I
gonna
can't
be
think of it,
honest,
yeah.
and I don't want to advertise this. Everyone's like, "Oh, you're getting in on the hype," blah blah. This is like my favorite movie because this movie, the second and third time I saw it, it had me like tearing up in the theaters, and that's I love.
Yeah.
And I want to preface this. I love Logan. I think it's an amazing movie, and I've seen Hugh Jackman play Wolverine since I was a very very young person.
Yeah.
I have a very hard time connecting with movies emotionally. When Hugh Jackman died in that movie, it didn't choke me up. Like I thought it was a really good scene,
Right.
but like I didn't like I could say it's just hard for me to connect with movies emotionally. This one had two parts where I was like holding my tears back in the movie theater. That's not easy for me. That never happens.
We're doing all spoilers. Fuck it, Like
Oh,
it'll be
okay,
2
okay.
weeks from now.
Damn it! 2 weeks since it been out. Go watch this movie. If you like, immediately drop everything you're doing and watch this movie right now. It's
Yeah,
an
we're
amazing
gonna
movie.
do the. I'm gonna put the. What do you call it? A
Spoiler
marker on
warning.
YouTube. It says when we're done talking about the movie.
Yeah, and then if you're on Spotify, just fast forward randomly.
Yeah, you'll figure it out.
just watch this first of all. It's a really good movie, but
Yeah,
When-
literally just skip 30 minutes and I'm sure we'll be done by then.
Yeah.
Um,
okay, so spoilers now. When Flag died, that got me.
Yeah.
That was a tough one, and which is crazy because I didn't like the first movie like everyone else did, and thought
Nobody liked that movie. Don't lie.
Exactly, I said-
Nobody liked that movie.
Wait, didn't I not say?
Oh,
like
I thought
every-
it sounded like you said that you didn't like the first one.
like everyone else did. That's what I meant to say.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, like everyone else like didn't like. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
my bad. That was confusingly phrased. Yeah, no one liked the first movie. I didn't like it.
Yeah. It was
I
a piece
thought
of shit. One of the
He
worst
was a
movies I've
boring
ever seen.
character in the movie, even though I like the actor.
Yeah,
love
me too.
love Joel Kinnaman. So in this one they fixed his character. I loved him. And the other part that got me was the Taika Waititi flashback, the last one when she's calling all the rats.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You're just a bitch, then.
No, that got me, bro. That had me all emotional.
No, bro. What got me was seeing Boomerang die, because I was like,
that was
yes.
a tough one too.
I was like, yes, Jay Courtney's getting another chance, because like, I feel like I don't know. I feel like
He's such a hated actor. Except
I don't know why. I really
because
don't
he's so boring and everything. Except in Suicide Squad, everyone's like, "Wow, this guy sucks that he's boring, but he's cool in this."
Yeah, I mean, I didn't agree. I thought he was just like any other like kind of like action movie actor, where it just is what it is. But this was for sure like his best character. He played it perfectly. It was written really well, even in the original Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
And I was like, God damn it, not him. Like, I wish like they would have kept him for longer in the movie.
Yeah.
But I guess that's on me for not seeing him in the rest of the trailer.
Yeah. See, in retrospect, the trailer really does kind of tell you that
who makes it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It does.
But I think the movie's smart that it rewind because that was a
Right.
theory going along earlier on that there was two teams and one of them was going to completely die.
Right.
But the way the movie flashes back, because it flashes back like 3 days ago, 8 minutes ago, whatever, blah blah,
Yeah.
and it kind of throws you off a little bit. And the other thing was I was like, okay, well Harley Quinn and Flag and blah 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 are on this team, and I see them later, and like I couldn't figure out what was going on. So I think the trailers are edited well enough that like in retrospect you're like, oh yeah, these people clearly weren't gonna make it, but it kind of throws you off. And the other thing I think not anyone saw coming was that they all die in the beginning. In the first 10 minutes, they're all gone.
Yeah, and it's not like they're fucked up deaths too. Like they're not
They're
they're not
grim
heroic
deaths.
at all. Like
No,
they
they're-
get just like anal for no reason basically.
They're very grim deaths. The
Yeah.
manga one she got it pretty bad, where she burns alive and you see her
Well,
screaming.
she's stupid as fuck. Fucking she brought on herself and
I mean, that's such a superhero. Like normally,
Yeah.
alien drags down the helicopter, but she just gets ripped apart and burned alive.
yeah,
Boomerang got it bad, getting ripped up by the
it
helicopter.
exploded him. Yeah,
TDK's was funny because you see his arms getting
Yeah.
shot, and he's my arms.
he's just like fucking in pain on the floor, and his arms are floating, getting shot.
That was one of my favorite
Yeah.
jokes of the movie when you see his powers. He's like, yeah, and his arms just like gently slapping them.
Yeah,
And
I
it's
thought
like-
he was gonna like choke people or something.
Yeah, it's just a nuisance that they're like what you see one of the soldiers like pushes his arms and it goes over and slaps the next person and they hit it with their gun. It's like the stupidest thing ever. The other thing I haven't seen people talking about is
yeah.
Waller sold out Flag because she knew that team was gonna die.
No,
She
and
knew-
because she could see that Flag was starting to become like I guess self-aware.
Yeah,
you know,
but
she was trying to make Bloodsport like the new
yeah,
because he had the same skills, but she was like, this fool doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Flag gives a fuck.
she could tell he was a good person, and I guess it's
Yeah.
a bit of carry off from the first one.
Also, he's white.
Yeah, we
Which
need
is
less.
like, man, you need to get rid of this crack ass fucking Suicide Squad leader. You
yeah,
give me a brother in there.
yeah.
That's how she talks in the movie.
That is true. A lot of they call it ebonics. and
Thank
hood
God.
speak.
Honestly, also like again, would have been a waste if they got rid of her too. 'Cause
Yeah,
she's perfect fucking casting. Perfect casting.
yeah, she's great casting.
Yeah. And I was like, again, this movie made her look better too. The character, like,
Mhm.
everything was just better. Like even if there were like a couple things that were like well done, I guess about the first one.
Yeah,
This movie's just way better. Like the Harley Quinn characterization's way better.
yeah. I've seen a lot of people saying the subplot is like pointless for her, but I really don't think it is. I think it because
When she fucks the dictator?
yeah, because it doesn't take that long, and I felt it established her character, and it fixed her character, and it showed that she was crazy, because she's not really crazy in the first one. She's like,
Yeah, I agree.
she's
that
like, she's like your typical 16-year-old, crackhead energy, and this one she's like, because when she kills on that line, It's
Yeah.
crazy. Oh, you're prettier like this. I'm like, oh, she's actually
She's just a
nuts in this
TikToker
movie.
in the first movie.
Yeah, in this one, she's actually like, oh, this person's actually insane.
Yeah, and I like that they showed how she sees the world.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
where
with
she
the
doesn't-
flowers.
She doesn't see blood. Basically,
Yeah.
she just sees flowers coming out of people and shit.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, that's a good thing. I don't know. He had a lot of like I like the way that Ratcatcher's flashback was done.
Oh, on the window behind her.
Yeah, that was like basically looked like the projector was coming through the window.
Yeah.
And
His
was just
cinematography in this is amazing, and I think people need to appreciate not just framing and composition, but just actual camera work and movement. Because that first
the
shot,
first shot's really good.
the puddle, that's like that's not like on its own. Like I've seen puddle like reflected through the that's a classic like noir shot. But it's the way he like twists and pulls out of it
Yeah.
and turns. It's such a great shot and the camera motion. And I love in her little rampage scene when it goes down that hall and it turns up to the door and she kicks it open and the camera pulls back with her. And another one of my favorite ones,
I don't think I remember that.
it's when she busts out with the 2 AKs.
No, yeah, but I don't think I remember that movement.
Okay, well you'll notice it now. And then the other one I love is when Bloodsport's giving orders to everyone.
Yeah.
And you see what everyone's doing. It's a shame they really only do it for Harley Quinn, but you see the camera tracks her, but it keeps Bloodsport in the center of the shot while he's yelling at everyone because it turns like she starts running and it turns with her and she jumps up that building and it follows her up.
Oh yeah,
but
I
it's,
remember that. Yeah,
it's
yeah.
filming around him, and then the shot on Peacemaker's helmet for that fight is incredible.
Oh yeah, that's the one I was gonna talk about actually that I really liked is when Rick Flag and Peacemaker are fighting and you see like half the fight through like the reflection of his helmet.
Yeah,
That shit was dope, dude. I mean, it's funny. It's funny how like they gave him like the most ridiculous fucking costume. Like they were like, cause
yeah.
John Cena like, listen, there's a lot of men I envy. That's not one of them. To me, that fool looks ridiculous.
He does
He
look.
looks ridiculous. He doesn't look proportional at all. Like
no,
he looks fucking insane. He looks like his heart is gonna give out any second.
he's so huge. His
But, like,
arms are ridiculous.
Yeah, like it's stupid.
His
like,
arms
like,
are insane.
I don't think it like the fool looks like shit.
But what's crazy? So I want to bring up while we're on him. I loved his character in this.
Yeah.
Might be my favorite character in the movie. He's so good, and that's tough to say because I'm
Yeah.
going to say this too. I love every single character in this.
Yeah, every character is good.
They're all good. This is DC released a Justice League movie and a Suicide Squad movie, and I like the Suicide Squad more than the Justice League.
Well, yeah. I mean, that movie's shit.
I'm talking about the Snyder one.
They're both Snyder ones. This fool's trying to like pass it off as like, no, that wasn't my original movie.
I mean, yes and no. You can really see like how much worse everything.
You know
in the
what was
first-
his movie though? Batman v Superman.
Yeah,
And
that was
still
the movie.
Yeah,
Horrible movie.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
it's
I'm not trying
no
to
fucking excuse.
I'm not here to defend him, and my yeah, I don't know. I'm not here to defend Zack Snyder, but yeah, it's just I like this team. I love, and it sells me in one scene, that club scene
Yeah.
with no words, just music, seeing them. That sells me on
They
them being a
basically
family.
like redid because they have that dumbass bar scene in the first
Yeah.
one when they're like, oh, we're about to walk into this shit. Let's just get a drink right now.
Yeah,
And it doesn't make sense because they try to sell you the urgency of it like 15 seconds before. So I'm like,
Yeah.
well, then, and in this one, they're like, oh, we got time to kill. Oh, now it makes sense.
yeah. Now
that
we
you
need
would
to
get a
wait
drink.
because they need to wait for a thinker to arrive.
Exactly, which is hilarious too.
Oh, the club name.
No,
Okay.
no, the thinker.
Oh, he's
Fool's
great.
ridiculous. What was I gonna tell
And
you?
I love that performance. One thing I want to
Yeah.
mention. I always heard
What's his name? The actor's name?
Peter Capaldi. Great.
Oh, right.
His facial expressions were just incredible. Like I love the scene where they have the gun on him,
yeah.
and you can tell like he's like, oh, these people like these are suckers, bro. Like I love his performance in this.
yeah,
And it's very subtle. But I think the club name, every time they said it during that briefing scene, a couple people in the audience laughed, and I was like, okay, this is a joke, but only people who speak Spanish know what it is. And this time, I heard you laugh. I'm like, what does this mean? You were
Yeah,
like-
I mean, a little translation would be because it's gatita
the
amable.
polite cat. You
Yeah,
said,
polite
right?
cat, but they're basically trying to say like the nice pussy because, I mean, this movie has this like like a lot of fucking Hollywood movies. This movie has, like people speaking Spanish and you're like some fucking like, some cholo wrote this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like this isn't like proper.
Yeah.
I'm not even talking about like this like formal. It's just like this like there's grammatical errors or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess somebody just literally typed "nice pussy" in Google Translate, and it came out to that. Because "nice" could be translated into like polite in Spanish, but that's
I feel like maybe that's the joke in the movie, like that they're not actually calling it that because I don't know. I figure how hard would it be to be like, hey, who's someone who speaks Spanish?
Bro, but they do this in fucking literally every movie. I mean, sorry. They do this in a lot of movies, and I always think to myself the same thing, and they just like, because they're like, this is going to America, who gives a fuck?
Yeah, because I've always known, like, anytime I have something where, like, a character's going to speak Spanish, something like, I really want someone who knows something about the language.
Yeah, like, when they were calling them, like, oh, here come the Yankees, I'm like, no, nobody who speaks Spanish has ever called an American a Yankee.
That's just movie slang that you always, the foreign people always call them Yankees.
Not even British people call them fucking Yankees.
Yeah, but I think only the Thinker said that.
No, a bunch of soldiers were like, "Oh, get the Yankees." I'm like, "You mean gringos, motherfucker?" Like, it is
yeah,
what
that
it is.
I know.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I remember Thinker says it when he's telling him about Starro. He's like, "Oh, the Yankee doodle dandies."
Well, see, he's British, so
yeah, he's supposed to be like some British
exactly.
Dude. Stallone is so good as King Shark, and it's so funny when you know it's Stallone.
Dude, but like, I would be insulted if they asked me to play that role.
James Gunn talked about the story of how he got Stallone to do it. I guess post working on Guardians 2, because he plays Stakar in that.
Right.
He was like, "Hey, I'm doing a new movie," and he's like, "I wrote a part that I want you to do. Like, it's a small thing."
Oh, the retarded shark.
And he just said it's a small thing you could record in like a day, and you would just have to do it in like a voice studio. I was like, "Oh, anything for you, James Gunn."
Yeah.
And then he's like, "All right." And I'm glad he did it, bro.
No, of course. And it's actually funny, like, I mean, not funny, but like, it's crazy how many good actors this fool has worked with. Like, how many like great casts he's had to like.
It's because people love him. Like,
I guess, yeah.
And I like what he was. Someone asked him about I saw someone ask him like what it's like directing actors and like for advice. And he's like, if you want to know how to like really direct actors, you need to like know how to act to some degree.
Yeah.
So like he's like, you need to like try to take acting lessons or something so you can understand their language and how they understand things. I'm like, oh, I never really thought about it that way.
Yeah, they tell me that in school.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Yeah. I'll figure it out.
I'll figure it out because he pulls such great performances out of people.
Yeah. Well, I mean, actually, now that I think about it, because like I remember like in that class they asked me like who was my favorite director, and I was like, it's cliche, but like I think it might be Tarantino because I don't think I've ever seen anybody have a bad performance in his movies, and I guess that's also part of it because that fool was trying to be an actor too.
Yeah.
I guess it makes sense. Damn.
Didn't work out.
I
Not with
know.
a face like that,
I want to
buddy.
go to fucking acting class. Like they make you like fucking like you have to think of your childhood. Well, I'm trying to get away from it.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get away from the pain, sir, not to channel it so that I can play fucking sick inmate 14.
Sick inmate 14.
Yeah.
Yeah. But he pulls just incredible performances. Like John Cena's good. But in
I've
this,
always thought he's good though.
Yeah, I've always thought he's good. But in this, I thought he gave a really, really like a lot of subtle things. Like one of the details I love is because they're trying to play on this thing that Flag, Bloodsport, and Peacemaker are kind of the same person to a degree.
Right.
But they're trying to, and they make jokes about it in that they have the same skill set, but also that in a way they're like the same person. And I love when it's a little subtle thing that when Bloodsport's talking about his childhood and the way his dad mistreated him, and he's like, oh, if I ever messed anything up, he just he beat the shit out of me.
Yeah.
And you see John Cena, he has this little laugh like behind him. He smiles like, oh, because like, and it just shows that he's like, yeah, that's what that's what I went through. But he kind of perceives it in a different way because he's not bitter over it.
He liked it.
Yeah, because he liked what he became because of it.
Exactly.
And Bloodsport does, and I love like little stuff and just his facial, because he kills Flag. I don't know if we mentioned that, but he's the one that kills him. His facial expression after he does it, and just his looking at the body, and like, oh, this is a guy that's like traumatized. And that's the other thing. He's a complex character too, Because his whole thing is when he pulls the gun on Flag and he wants the drive because it has the
he
information
doesn't
on
want to kill
Starro.
Flag. Yeah.
He doesn't want to kill him. He's like, I don't want to kill you. He's like, but keep. And the movie, he's the antagonist, but it doesn't fully treat him like he's wrong.
I didn't think he was the antagonist. To be honest, I thought they were like.
Well, I mean, he's an
I thought-
antagonist because he's antagonistic to the main character.
Well, it doesn't have like.
But
No,
he-
I mean
he's
the
not a
antagonist
villain.
is the Colonel.
Yeah, but he's an opposing force to them because what it comes down to is he's pulling a gun on him, and he even tells him, he's like, no one's saying this is right. He's like,
Right.
but if you put this out, it's gonna be an international incident. More people are gonna die. He's like, and it's played as a joke that he's so obsessed with peace, he's willing to do everything. But in this moment, it's like it's a real thing for him. He's like keeping the peace is like the end goal. Like nothing,
Yeah.
nothing's more important than. He's like, I'll
End
kill you
goal.
over that if I have to.
Yeah. I'm glad that he's sticking around.
Yeah, I'm hyped for his TV show.
I hope it's good. I hope they get.
It will be.
You
I
don't fucking know that.
I don't think James Gunn's ever made a bad movie.
Is he writing the TV show?
He's
too?
writing every episode and directing it and editing it.
Oh, never mind then.
Yeah, no, he's if you
They're
look
gonna
at it,
hand it to some fucking BIPOC.
yeah, no, if you look at his process, he's super anal about he needs to be in complete control or he doesn't want to do it. Like down to the editing.
I'm glad he got to work with I'm surprised he got to work with Marvel then.
That's he was talking about that in an interview recently.
Yeah.
That he's saying like when you're editing, Kevin Feige, he's there a lot and he gives you advice, but you don't have to take any advice he gives you on the editing.
He's just saying that to save face. You have to take every single advice he says.
I don't think so.
I
There's no reason
guarantee.
why he would just bring it up. Why would he bring it up
What
to
do you
lie
mean?
about it?
Do people do that all the time, bro? It's a business.
No, because it's an interview. He brought it up for no reason. It would have been like, oh, let me bring this up so I can lie about it.
No, but okay. Well, then maybe he really believes that, but that's not the reality.
I don't know.
Yeah, of course not, bro. Marvel, the MCU has to be very tightly controlled so that everything works together.
Yeah, but at that point, he's already allowed to put in what he's put in. What he doesn't say I have complete control over the writing or the cinematography or the directing.
Yeah, but the editing is the final, basically the final draft of the story. If he's giving him advice like use this angle, I would understand. But trust me, like if Kevin Feige sees something he doesn't like, he's changing the fucking thing. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I just feel like he just liked what he did.
Yeah, I think that's probably it.
Yeah,
but
and he thinks like, wow, they love me. It's like, yeah, they do love you, but you don't fuck with the mouse. You got fired already.
yeah,
one
for
time
real.
for
And they
some
brought him
bullshit.
back.
Yeah, and they had to have literally everybody in the cast
Yep.
boycott the next movie so they would.
Kevin
bring you back.
Feige too was fighting to bring him back. Apparently,
Really?
he was one of the first people, like one of the ones that came out earlier to support him.
I don't
Kevin
remember seeing
Feige?
that.
He's gone up against because he's siding with Scarlett Johansson on the Disney lawsuit.
Oh shit! I didn't know that.
He'll go up to bat for actors and directors and
No,
stuff.
but that's crazy. There's one thing to have like to go like, cause going against cancel culture, like you're just a bitch if you don't go against it.
yeah,
But
no,
going against the money,
yeah, no,
that's the real bravery right there.
yeah, no, he full on sided with her completely.
Oh shit!
Yeah, and he slammed them for their comments they made on her. He's like, that's disgusting. They would try to say that about her.
Wow.
Blah, 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 yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, no, Kevin Feige's Chad. He's cool.
Oh, I see. Jigga Chad.
Yeah,
Interesting.
yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm interested to see what they do with the DC universe now. I like that they had like a villain that was very like
Comic booky.
no, like it was somebody that was a villain that was like fucked up and like you know
mean
what I mean?
Starro?
Like Starro, like yeah, like it's
Yes.
crazy. It'll ruin shit, but it's also fucking like stupid looking if you
Yeah,
think about it. Like
it's
it's literally
funny.
just a giant starfish with a fucking eye in it.
Yeah, it is.
So they have a really good balance of humor and like but
and
like,
that's what sells is he
Yeah.
doesn't change anything. The
right.
Peacemaker's in his stupid ass getup from the comics, and it looks stupid. His helmet is stupid.
Yeah.
Like, they call it a toilet seat because it looks like he has a toilet seat on his head. You know, he doesn't shy away from all that.
Yeah, but he also like he shows that like all of their actions have consequences.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's no there's no what do you call it? They don't make light of what they do.
Yeah,
They don't.
and what's
Like-
fun, there's
like,
a
these people are murderers.
yeah, and
Yeah.
there's a little karma thing in it. Anyone who messes with birds kind of gets it pretty bad because Savant kills that bird in the beginning, and he gets his head blown off, and then the
Oh.
general burns those birds, and he gets his face melted by Starro, and he's the last one kind of standing in it.
Right.
So, yeah, so I like that. Ben actually pointed that out to me last night. He's like, anyone that messes with birds, they end up getting, karma for it later in the movie.
Dude, the fucking dictator looked exactly like the Purple Man.
Yes, I was thinking that too. When he
Yeah.
first walked out, I was like, David Tennant's in this movie? And then
Yeah.
he talked like, oh, this guy's
He
not
looked exactly
British.
like him.
Yeah, he's
him.
he's a Hispanic David Tennant.
Yeah,
I thought
yeah.
this exact same thing.
David Tennant.
Yeah, when I first saw him, I was like, I literally paused. I was like, I didn't know he was
Yeah.
in this, and I know everything about this movie.
Are there any references that you noticed that? Like
there's some fun little Easter eggs for other James Gunn projects.
Oh, but there's okay
But
because Calendar Man's in it,
Yeah,
which I think is great.
yeah. I'm a little upset that for some reason Warner Brothers felt the need to reveal that because they showed the screenshot of him in that scene, and I was like,
I
damn it.
never.
Yeah, I'm lucky. Yeah, I mean,
Well,
it didn't
stop being
ruin
a-
anything. I would have loved to be surprised by that because the only other villain cameo, and again, this is the spoiler part, is the minor one. I would have been fine if they showed this because that chick that yells at Peacemaker or whistles at him is Crazy Quilt from Batman. And it was like I would have rather you shown this character and then
Who?
another D-list character that
No,
you
no,
would
no.
expect
But
to be.
what part of the movie?
When Waller's taking Peacemaker and Bloodsport through the prison,
Yeah.
and she takes him to
Oh,
see
the one that's like,
Ratcatcher.
woo!
Yeah,
The
and she
one
has
that's
like all
I
the
need-
like colors. Nice one.
Hello. The other door just started. Oh my God, what's going on now?
Uh-oh. I'm plugging from both ends. I'm plugging from both ends. Yeah, it came out of nowhere.
Hello. All right, I guess I have to keep it. I have to keep it like this. All right, we'll cut through. So yeah, the chick with the
With all the like color
different
patterns on
colors?
her face
Yeah.
is Crazy Quilt. Like show that one and then
sounds familiar.
yeah, like D-list.
They're basically all Batman villains, huh?
No, there's actually a pretty decent variety because hold up, Javelin Man, no. Blackguard, no. Savant, kind of. Weasel, no. Captain Boomerang, no.
I thought Weasel was man bad at first. When I
That would
first
have
saw
been
the
too
trailer.
awesome.
Yeah.
Bloodsport is a Superman villain. Peacemaker, no. You know, Peacemaker is a character the comedian's based on.
Really?
Yeah, because
interesting. Oh, because they have the same like just all for the government shit.
yeah, well, because you know that when he wrote Watchmen, remember he wanted to, because DC
Yeah, I know, it's
bought
supposed to be,
Charleston Comics and Alan Moore was like, oh, cool, let me take all these characters you just bought, like The Question and Peacemaker, and make a
Yeah.
comic. And they're like, please, no, we just bought these characters, don't ruin them. He's like, well, I'll just make parodies of them. Weasel, right? King Shark, no. So, Harley Quinn and a couple of them are, but for the most part, it's a pretty decent mix.
Don't they say in the thing though that most of them are there because of Batman?
No,
They said in the first one, right?
yeah, they do, because Batman arrests like all of them, which is the
Yeah,
problem.
yeah. In the first one they do. They
yeah,
say
except
like,
for like Captain Boomerang.
yeah, they say like, oh, most of these people are here because of Batman.
Yeah,
And I was like, I got him.
yeah, and I like this because I think DC has this issue where they don't like to show things that aren't Batman. I'm like, there's a lot of other like really cool DC characters, and they have their own rogues and stuff. Like I love Batman, like he's gonna be my favorite, but I'm like I like Superman too and stuff. So I like that they shove some more obscure villains in
I'm
than
not a
just
big fan
Batman.
of Superman. I that's why I love the Dark Knight Returns. He just fucking gets fucked in his ass by Batman. I think that like, cause to me Superman is basically like, he's the proto superhero. So obviously he's gonna be the worst. Cause
way. But he's evolved and changed over the years.
Yeah, he's still fucking insanely OP though.
But it's about more than that. There's so many more complexities that go into his character now. Like
He's a complex. He's a fucking Jesus figure, and that's it.
no,
What is so complex about him?
it's not just him. It's what happens. Like have you ever read the Lex Luthor book by Brian Azzarello?
Yeah, Lex Luthor, Man of Steel.
No. It's just called Lex Luthor.
No, but isn't it the one where he shows how he killed his parents and shit?
Is it okay? It's been a while since I've seen that.
That's what it's called, Lex Luthor.
I remember.
Man
I
of
just
Steel.
love the one part where he's talking about why he hates
Yeah, but that
Superman.
makes Lex Luthor interesting, not Superman. If you're saying that the Superman stories, some are good, yeah, I agree. But I still think Superman as a character is he's too OP to be interesting. He's too clean cut to be interesting. Like I don't.
Wait, you don't like Captain America or nobody?
No, but Captain America is not OP though, so he can
No,
face
but he's like
actual
super
like
clean
struggles.
cut.
Yeah, but again, but he can actually be in danger. Superman is like he's a god.
Yeah, there always will be that problem that Superman's powerful, but
Too
I think
powerful.
they've done. I think they've done enough with him, especially if you can make a comic book where Batman is fighting Superman, then you can make any Superman story where
Yeah, but
Superman's in danger.
He has to rely like on being like smarter and all that shit. Like the thing about Superman is the type of character that you would use as a Deus Ex. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's not a person. He's not somebody that you would have as a protagonist. He's just way too fucking like OP. Like if you use him as a protagonist,
Well, you have to connect with him in different ways. You have to connect with him as a person.
I just feel like he is not a main character. I really don't. I really feel like since he was like basically the first superhero ever created, like they were like there's fools in the 40s and like he needs to be white.
I think he does
powerful.
work best as like a guidance character. Like if you do a team book, I think he's good as someone that like guides the team and he's like there.
Yeah,
Not just because he's powerful, but just because like how pure he is and clean and all this. Like I think he's a good thing. Like he's what the superheroes look towards.
I just feel like he's too powerful.
You know what the most powerful OP character of all time is though? It's
What?
the Flash. It's ridiculous.
Well, that's actually one of the issues that I have with a lot of DC characters, where they were just like,
too
what
powerful?
if a guy was able to move to the speed of light? But not only that, but faster than that. What if a guy was able to basically be omnipresent in the entire world because he's just that fast? And then they're like, and you guys don't see any issues coming up with the writing later. Like,
No.
it's just like, you have no idea how fucking hard it's going to be to create
A threat to him.
to threat to anybody, to both of them. Like, it's
Yeah.
insane. Like,
Yeah, no, I've always thought that was funny because like,
yeah,
did you ever watch the Flash show on the CW?
hell no.
Because the first two seasons I think are pretty good. Like they're fun, but
Yeah.
it's like so dumb to the point where like people like get away from him. Like he's like chasing bank robbers and like he like stops them for a minute and then he gets knocked over and then he looks over and they're driving on his motorcycle. Like, you are the Flash, punch him.
Yeah, like, cause I saw this. I think I saw like a fight scene with, I think it was King Shark,
Yeah.
and I'm like, how is that? How is this motherfucker a threat? Also, the same thing with like, what's the fool with the ice shit?
Captain Cold. Like the whole thing with Captain Cold is that he's supposed to be able to ice things up so Flash can't run. I'm like, Flash is faster than your gun. If you
Exactly, that's what I mean. Like, it's so fucking stupid because like by the time he even gets close to like,
thinking to registering,
Yeah.
actually, Barry's. It's not just that Barry can run at the speed
He
of light.
thinks,
He
yeah.
can think at the speed of light. He can react at the speed of light. I remember a scene in the first episode, I think, where someone tries to kill the police guy that raised him by shooting by causing his lightning bolt to strike into the car, and Barry literally sees the lightning bolt moving in slow motion, and he grabs him and pulls him out of the car. I'm like, this is how fast he is. Then later the guy escapes by like creating a smoke fog cloud and leaving like, you are the Flash. They show in another episode that you can cover and search every inch of the city in like 2 seconds.
yeah, like it's so like I get like, there's just he's so OP. Like I don't understand because in order for him to move that fast and not fucking die all the time, he would have to process information just as fast. Otherwise, he would just fucking start
Slam
running
into
things.
walls, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's crazy.
To me,
He's-
Superman's the best way because you literally have to get some fucking green rock from millions of miles away to hurt him,
Yeah, you need
or
to.
magic. But then he doesn't really he doesn't really have that many fucking wizards in his rogues gallery. They're literally all fucking aliens or robots and shit.
Yeah, you need something that's big enough to hurt him because Superman can't. Like Doomsday showed, you can kill Superman by hurting him.
Yeah,
It's
but
just insanely hard.
Exactly.
That's why his villains are like Mongol and Cyborg Superman and
But that's why he needs to go to the fucking sun too. Like at any time he starts getting his ass kicked, he just flies to the sun. He sucks the sun's dick, and then he comes back and annihilates everybody.
Yeah.
Again, I don't know. Like I don't think he's, and I think there's stories about him that are interesting, but I don't think he's interesting as a character. I feel like he's too OP. and what's funny is like they actually like upgraded him throughout the years instead of down. Like now he has like a solar flare power too.
Okay, that's the only new thing because they've honestly taken away some over the years. He could like do anything.
Well, they had
He literally had every superpower. Like remember back when he was first created, they literally gave him new superpowers in like every issue. It was insane.
Oh yeah, but
So they took away like all of them.
I know, but he's still like literally he's
Yeah,
lasers
they
out of his fucking eyes, bro.
Yes, I know.
That's
They
insane.
left him with the core ones we know of, but like over the years, he's had insane powers.
Yeah, and then like his breath can like has like tornado powers, and then also he can make it cold if he wishes, so that he could freeze people with his fucking mouth.
Yes,
It's
he's very powerful.
yeah, and then not only that, he can see through shit.
Yeah,
It's just way too many powers. Like I don't think.
you need to find characters who are as powerful as he is, or smart enough to be a threat to
Yeah.
him. Like Lex. That's why I've always liked Lex Luthor. Is my
I think
very obvious, but he's always been my favorite Superman.
I think
villain.
yeah, you look like him.
Listen, I'm not completely bald. This is
Yeah.
you can hear my hair.
Yeah, I think he's more. I think he's actually more interesting if he was a villain, to be honest, because then you'd
Superman?
have to figure shit out how to fuck him in his ass.
I don't think that's the end goal of what you're supposed to do with villains.
They wouldn't do no more shit after. Trust me. If Batman stopped, he's like, I'm not gonna kill you, but I am gonna rape you. Trust me, the Joker would be like,
Okay, I'm very curious to see.
Not the women, just the men.
Oh, that's much better.
Yeah. Hey, calendar man, how about you mark this day? Look at your calendar. And you could put this was the day you were fucked in your ass. He could do that.
Yeah, it's a great idea.
Who else could he rape?
Who else could he rape? The Riddler. Are you gonna say the Riddler?
Yeah. Riddle me this.
Okay, let me ask you a question. Who could Batman not rape?
Man Bat. I don't think he'd be into that.
He's literally a furry. Batman is a guy who dresses up as a bat.
Yeah.
And you're telling me he wouldn't jump at the opportunity to have sex with a giant bat person?
Yeah, he's like, I might go gay when I fight crime. But bestiality is a step too far.
He is literally a furry. What do you mean?
No, I don't know. He would. What's that dude? Weasel. He's like, I got it to somebody else to rape you.
Okay. Little quick jump back to King Shark. It's Suicide Squad. Can I get a King Shark and Weasel spinoff project? Those are the two best parts of the movie.
Dude, King Shark. Like, I was glad they did it. Like, cause it kind of looked like they nerfed him,
Yeah.
but they didn't nerf him.
Yeah,
I
he's
was like,
pretty powerful.
Yeah, exactly. I was because
Anything
he's supposed
that goes
to
up
be bigger
against
in the
him.
comics, right? Like he's supposed
Yeah.
to be like a bigger.
He's not like super overpowered. Okay. So yeah, I need a spin off of those two together. But I don't know. We're getting more. Have I mentioned we're getting more James Gunn
Would
stuff
Batman
already?
rape Deadshot?
I don't want to answer that. I really don't want to answer that question.
I never miss.
Watch, I can get you in both eyes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh man. Okay.
Hold up, I'm trying to. He couldn't rape. What's the motherfucker?
Killer Croc.
No, the clay fuck.
I mean, if he turned into a person, he could.
Yeah, but then he's like, have to convince him to stay as a person.
I think he could just threaten him or blackmail him.
If it's not too much to ask, would you turn into a woman?
Well, he's already clearly shown he's not opposed to raping men.
Yeah, but that he's like, yeah, baby, perhaps you could say I have consent. But still, like, don't enjoy it because it's supposed to be a punishment.
Yeah.
The pigwid.
Oh, that would be a fun.
Yeah, they. He's like, you can't jack me off with 2 fingers.
He has 3 fingers.
Oh, no, but I meant like, yeah, I guess, yeah. He's like, you only have 3 fingers. That's not enough to hold my cock.
I mean,
Guys, you can't see this, but he was trying to figure out how the,
I
he was
I
doing it
made
with his
the
hands, trying to figure out how the penguin would
listen.
grab
I got
Batman's
not
dick.
my thumb, but my other two fingers. I made into two big fingers,
Yeah.
and I wrapped, and I pulled the thumb around, and
If it's fucking Danny DeVito, then no, I don't appreciate it. But if it's the dude from
from Gotham.
yeah, he would like it actually. Never mind. Yeah,
That
because
is
if the
true.
villains are gay, then they would enjoy it, and it's not a punishment.
Yeah.
Then he, if the villains are gay, he ties him up, and he just shows them. He's like, oh, yeah, I'm fucking ripped. And he shows his dick. He's like, can't have any of this.
Oh, so your solution is that he would not rape the gay ones.
Yeah, he'd be like, no, oh my
No,
God,
Batman.
no, Batman. Why-
Don't
what
do
you
that. It's a
doing?
bad
Yeah.
idea.
The B in LGBT stands for Batman. Not to you.
Yeah, this comic will be releasing next year.
Yeah, Kevin Smith's writing it.
Oh God.
Yeah, Cacophony.
Actually, no, you're thinking of his. It's gonna be a sequel to Widening Guy or the
Yeah,
greatest. comic book
the
of
villain's
all time.
whitening butt. What else? Oh, dude, I read this fucking so. I don't know why, like, oh yeah, I was trying to read like He-Man lore because I was just like interested. Like, I was like, is there anything more to this shit?
No.
And it turns out it's just gay propaganda. Like, there's like an entire like Wikipedia section that's just dedicated to how he's gay, and how he's like a gay symbol. And I read this thing I thought was hilarious that it said like, I mean, obviously, look, it literally said on the thing like, look at his haircut.
Yeah, I was
has
gonna
a-
say. I was
yeah.
gonna say he's a guy with bangs.
Yeah, look at his haircut. He has a pink shirt. He has boyish looks. He's incredibly ripped. And then it said that Skeletor is a metaphor for AIDS, because he's a skeleton. So he's fighting AIDS. Like it's about the war between gay men and AIDS. I was like, how is this a positive gay symbol when the villain is AIDS?
Well, because AIDS is always trying to kill gay people.
Yeah, I mean,
think
Magic
that's what the movie
Johnson's no
Milk is
homo.
about.
But I thought that was hilarious. I was like, oh yeah, he's totally a gay icon. And I'm like, then this is reducing your identity to AIDS. Try to kill the baby over this shit. Dude, he deleted his apology off his Instagram.
Who? Kevin Smith?
No, not Kevin Smith. The baby.
Oh, the
'Cause-
baby.
Yeah, remember he had that super fake, like,
Yeah.
totally like
I
PR
sent that to
written-
my
yeah.
friend. I was like, okay, who wrote this form? Because are no grammatical errors in this.
There's no let's go at the end.
Let's go.
Let's go.
I pull up.
Almost.
I pull up.
Yeah, but
I was in a
he
funny-
deleted it. He's like, fuck it.
Yeah.
I was like, good for you, bro. Good for you.
If just don't pretend you care when you don't.
Exactly. It's just like, I don't know why we value like dishonest
Apologies.
or just I don't know what to say, like dishonest non-bigotry over honest bigotry, I guess. I mean I don't know if bigotry might be too strong a word, but like I don't know why we like force people to like whatever, doesn't matter what
Because
he do.
people just want to lie to themselves, and if you're lying to
Yeah.
them, it helps them lie to themselves.
Yeah, it's just like bullying people into having like certain like opinions and mindsets. Like, it's important if he was a senator and he was like about to vote on some bill that said, you know, gay people can't own property anymore or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, then maybe you should bully him. He's a fucking rapper. You know, he barely knows how to read properly. I assume, given his lyrics. But you know what I mean?
It's
It's
called
just-
Again, talked about this last week. His name is Da Baby, and
Yeah.
he wore a diaper.
the bass now.
The bass, the
bass
bass
'cause
baby,
the bass baby because he deleted his apology.
the boss baby.
Yes. Oh, dude. Okay, so I want to tell you this shit about Lovecraft Country. Okay, so, I just started reading like, you know, basically like, H.P. Lovecraft had this like, I forget what the term was, but like I think it was like cosmism or some shit like that, where he believed that like basically like we're insignificant.
Yeah, it's a branch of existentialism philosophy.
Yeah, so he's like we're insignificant, so like giant monsters could be like anywhere and just eat the planet or some shit.
Yeah.
Basically, and he has a very famous pet.
Yes.
Yeah.
Actually, his dad named the pet that.
Well, anyways, I started reading like through his wiki, and apparently like a lot of his writing is like, oh, these are the lizard people, and then he's like he would basically like if he had a fucking Apple computer, he would write like Jews or whatever, and then just press Control F and change it to like lizards.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like, yeah.
I've heard people say that. I don't know. I don't think his writing's all an analogy for how much he doesn't like.
No, I don't think so either.
Because a
but-
lot of people think that.
No, but I'm saying like he was definitely like that in his personal life. because otherwise he would have changed that motherfucking cat's name. But
well, he was dead. No, he was. He's a known racist. Yes,
he was for sure a bigot.
Yeah.
You know, he I don't know if he dedicated his whole life to it. He was a fucking writer. You know, again, he wasn't David Duke.
Yeah.
But I was tripping on, and you've seen the show, right? So Lovecraft.
I've seen like the first 2 or 3 episodes.
Okay, so Lovecraft Country, is it a majority black cast?
Yes.
Okay, it's a majority black cast.
It's literally a TV show about racism.
Okay, where does it take place?
Louisiana.
Okay, the original Lovecraft Country is supposed to be taking place in New England.
Yeah.
You know, with
That's
the
where he moved to.
with the quackers.
Yeah.
All right. I think I remember like seeing that because you know like Google tracks your shit. So I was like I had been Googling like the Wikipedia or whatever, and I saw an ad for the show and I was like I get it now. This is basically like I don't know, and I don't know if Jordan Peele's way of saying it, but like whoever like created the show is basically they're just shitting on his corpse because they're like, oh, you fucking racist, we're gonna take all your life's work and we're gonna make everybody fucking black. And I was like I get it now. I understand why the show was why they changed like the whole thing to just basically be a big fuck you.
Yeah, it's
to
literally
H.P.
an
Lovecraft.
entire show about racism, and like that's cool. And as soon as I saw Jordan Peele was working on it, I didn't expect it to be anything else other than an analogy for racism because that's what all his writing's about.
But he used to. I mean, I don't know. Get Out was actually pretty Get Out.
I'm not saying it's not good.
Yeah, no,
I'm
but
just
I mean,
saying that if you weren't expecting it to just be about racism because that's all his writing is about,
yeah,
then I don't know. But like, I don't know if someone, I don't want to watch Lovecraft stuff be like, oh, racism is so bad. Racism's, I'm like, yes, you are right. But
I don't understand.
I want the
who are these
giant
people
monster.
that haven't gotten it.
The South, the people who aren't watching Lovecraft Country.
Yeah, Duck Dynasty.
Yeah, you're not. I hate to break it to you. You're not reaching anybody with who doesn't understand your anti-racism message. Lovecraft Country isn't getting to them.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm sorry I hate to break it to you.
Yeah, and but I don't know. I thought that was like interesting because like I thought at first it was basically just like it's Jordan Peele and he's like fuck. He basically said like why would I cast a white person? He said a bunch of or something like that, right? Like in an interview.
Oh well, no. He said like I don't think I'm ever gonna make a show that has
yeah.
a movie that has like a white lead because
yeah, exactly.
I don't get that or like not. Yes, I don't get that. Like I don't know. Whatever.
He said something. He said some woke shit. Like there's too
yeah,
many of them.
some woke stuff that
Yeah.
something that would have not been received if the colors were reversed.
Of course. But I was like, oh, I get it. Like I don't know. It made me like kind of like.
Listen, and I'm not mad at him.
No, I'm
like,
just like I think it made it sound more interesting, and in my opinion.
Yeah, I'm not mad at him or anything, but it's like, I don't know, cause like I'm not again to rear. I'm not mad at him. I'm just mad at like, cause I think if he doesn't want to do that,
no, if
he's
the show
a writer.
sucks. The show sucks. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't matter how like what fucking allegory you want to portray.
Yeah, and it's just like, like if he doesn't want, he can cast. He's a writer and a director. He can cast whoever he wants and whatever he wants. But on the flip side,
I just thought it was funny because I kept reading the names of the monsters.
Yeah.
And I was like, he saved the worst for his cat. The most terrifying name for his fucking pet. I was like, nothing could be scarier than that.
Yeah.
But yeah,
racist. Like I made all those posts when it came out. I was like, H.P. Lovecraft, Lovecraft Country. Racism is the scariest thing.
Yeah, scarier than
people.
Cosmic-sized monsters.
Yeah.
Dude, I was just reading this thing. Before your brother was leaving, I was reading on Reddit that Tarantino like apparently like his mom told him when he was like 12, like your writing shit's gay, like fuck you. And he said that like he remembers that, and he has given no money to his mom. And I'm like, fucking Tarantino, bro.
Yeah. I mean, living the rapper dream, not giving any money or anything to your family.
I mean, I think he barely had his first kid.
Did he?
Yeah.
Tarantino had his first kid?
Yeah.
I didn't even know he had.
Yeah, interracial.
I would expect nothing less.
No, of course not Tarantino. No, he didn't have it. No.
He loves black people. He loves the N-word.
Yeah. He's like, if I can't say it, I will write it. that was his second origin story. The one he tells the public is this bullshit about his mom. That his mom said he didn't make it. But the real origin story is that he was rapping along to some Wu-Tang and he got slapped around by a couple black kids like, I can't say it, huh? Well, one day I will write it and everybody else will say it. especially white actors. I will have Harvey Keitel say it. I will have Leonardo DiCaprio say it. I will have what's this fool's
Did
name?
Brad Pitt say it?
No, Brad Pitt doesn't. No, who the fuck is the dad from True Romance.
I don't remember.
The
We
dude.
referenced True Romance several times in this podcast.
You've never seen True Romance?
I have, and I don't remember. the
But
actor's
what's
name.
his name, dude? Let me look him up. Oh, I can't move. What's his fucking name? He's in Blue Velvet as well. He's the bad guy. You know what I'm
I don't
talking
remember.
about?
Which Tarantino movie is he in? Give me a second.
I think it's literally just True Romance.
But which Tarantino movie is he in?
He's in neither, but Tarantino wrote True Romance.
Oh, he did?
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
yeah, he sold that script, so I guess he could make Reservoir Dogs.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah, it's not Bruce Dern. It's a name like that. He's a pretty fucking
It's Robert Duvall.
no, fuck, whatever. But let me think of another white actor that he's made say it. Does anybody in Kill Bill say it? No, right? Michael Madsen.
Does he say it?
Yeah, he's a fucking Texan.
That's true.
Yeah, he probably does say it. Who else? Who does he make in Pulp Fiction say? Just fucking. Oh, the Sed. He makes Sed say it. See, he got his revenge.
We're really counting out every white character that's ever said the N-word in one of
Yeah,
Tarantino's
because I
movies.
have this hypothesis that he got beat up for rapping along to a song, and he's like that was his revenge. Even though I just read what his actual story is.
He has two origin stories, as you
Yeah,
clarified.
exactly. The one I want to believe and the one that he says that he talks. I mean, I think it's pretty fucked up though. Like for him to like, I get it that your mom said that, but it's like, come on. You know, it's like what it like.
I mean, maybe his mom was like Eminem's mom, and she was just mean to him.
Most
all the time.
most parents are not supportive of their son of their kids' artistic endeavors.
Yeah, but maybe she's mean to him about everything else too.
No, yeah, because he said he said that verbatim. She said like, oh, and this writing thing you have going on, that shit is over. And he's like, you should be careful how you speak to children, especially in that sarcastic tone. She was like, he's like, those are my fucking dreams, and she treated me that way. And like, this motherfucker can hold a grudge. He's 52, bro. It's been 40 years.
Is she still alive?
I don't know actually. Hello. Okay.
That Static is just our third co-host.
I don't know what's going on, honestly.
Well,
Let's see. Oh, I saw this thing too. That Ryan Reynolds said that Blake Lively has written like a couple of lines that he said in movies, and that the reason why she didn't get credit was because of inherent sexism.
oh, Ryan Reynolds,
Does
come
this
on.
motherfucker know that 90% of the writers don't get credit?
Yeah.
It was told to me in school too. Like, actually, like, I don't know if this teacher was bullshitting, but he said that like he was working in American Hustle, and that David O. Russell, like, I don't know if he was like pissed or like whatever, like basically didn't show up to set one day, and they had to like direct like a scene, and he was the first AD, and he had to end up like directing it, and obviously they didn't put his fucking name into the directed
Yeah, it's not
by
gonna say
shit.
directed by David
O.
O.
Russell,
Russell and
and
this
then-
dude who directed one. Yeah, it's not gonna say written by this person and Blake Lively who told
Yeah,
Ryan Reynolds, why
exactly.
don't you say this line, Ryan
Yeah.
Reynolds?
Why don't you say you look like an avocado to T.J. Miller? Obviously, you're not gonna get fucking credit. What are you talking about?
Come on, Ryan
Yeah,
Reynolds.
it's inherent sexism, bro. This happens to everybody. Dude, hella scripts get written by other people, and then they get handed to like some fucking well-established writer, and then he changes a few things, and they give him all the credit,
Mm-hmm.
and they just take this fool's like work basically.
Yeah.
Like this happens all the time. So yeah, Ryan, you take that, you fucking idiot, trying to
Yeah.
support your wife like a fucking.
You just got trashed on the Culture
Yeah,
Bomb
exactly,
podcast. You
yeah.
just got culture bombed. Yeah,
Yeah,
that should be our thing. Every time we talk about a celebrity, you just got culture
you
bombed.
just got culture bombed, bro.
we just
and
we
then
just
never
culture nuked
Michael Rappaport.
Michael Rappaport. He got culture jihaded.
Yeah, we're just burning bridges. I would love to work with Ryan Reynolds one day.
I know, for real.
Yeah.
I love you, Ryan Reynolds. You're a very funny guy.
Yeah,
Miguel
yeah.
said all those stupid
You're
comments
wrong about
you.
that shit, but you know.
I think you're 100% right. Call me and we can do something about this sexism problem.
No. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe he'll
Cancel
be,
Miguel. Hashtag cancel Miguel. I'm bringing it back.
Yeah. Shit.
And then here's the thing: I can throw you under the bus when you get canceled, and then use that to like skyrocket my career because I'll be an ally, and I can secretly bring you up with me.
I've told Obi 1,000 times. I'm like, you better be there for me when I get canceled.
What did he say?
He's like, okay. I think he knows what's gonna happen. Do you know who Chris Chan is?
You told me about Chris Chan, and that stuff gets more cursed. You talking about Chris Chan started a chain reaction in the cosmos because now I keep hearing about him, even though I've never heard about him before.
Listen, I had never heard of him either. Like again, until I heard about him on Comtown, and then, and
this was a few weeks ago, by the way, before all this insanity started.
Yeah, and then like on the Comtown subreddit, dude, they uploaded like a picture of him getting arrested by Derek Chauvin.
Yeah,
and
I saw you reposted it with the caption. He's trying to redeem himself.
Yeah, but I went in the comments, and apparently, dude, this is fucking crazy. Okay, so like, Chris Chan is now Christine Chan.
Yes,
because he's transgender.
Yep,
she's transgender, but as a transgender woman, he stuck his dick in his mom, raping her.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know what I don't know what state.
Also, he stole money from her.
Yeah, I don't know what state she's in, but because they don't consider mother-daughter action to be incest, I guess because that's their favorite porn. It's basically like it could be a case where like he doesn't even get tried.
Okay, let's talk about this.
That's fucking crazy.
I'm gonna be honest with you. There are no states where they are going to acknowledge that Chris Chan is a woman, and they also love incest. That state does not. Those are opposite paradigms.
But this is the type of case that some ACLU lawyer would just get fucking insanely hard for. They would, you know what I mean? If you're
I can get someone off for raping their mom.
No, I mean
transgender. Woo.
No, because it's gonna go to the Supreme Court. It's not gonna be about that. It's gonna be like, yeah, she raped her, but she should go to woman's prison. Yeah. I don't know. It's gonna be some like. This is when it starts, like, this is when you realize that, like, it can get to a ridiculous point and that you need to, because I've been seeing a bunch of, like, screenshots of tweets where, like, for example, like, this dude wrote, like, a tweet where it said, like, Chris Chan, like, he's reading this thing about the case, and then he ended it with saying, like, he might go to a woman's prison. And then one of the replies was like, what a fucking bigot. Yeah, respect her pronouns.
Oh, my God. Have you heard about the...
raped his mom. What are you talking about? These people are fucking insane.
Have you heard... I don't know how true it is or how true it ended up being about the person that apparently coerced him into doing this.
Oh, because he gets trolled like insane.
Apparently it's some chick whose parent is like... They're like high ups in the military, and some chick, and apparently, she's been coercing Chris Chan into doing this for forever and threatening them and like all this stuff, and I guess the way this got out was this Discord server of people who mess with them. This person sent it to somebody on there by accident, trying to send it to someone else, and that person sent like the screenshots of them saying that they did this on purpose to someone.
I mean, listen.
That doesn't absolve
this
Christine Chan of
this
doing
dude
this.
/ chick, like...
You mean chick / dude if you're going to do it, okay?
I guess. No, but... Because, I mean, I don't know, like, how... Whatever. Chris Chan is, They're a victim. You know what I mean? Like,
they're a victim of the entire internet.
Exactly.
Yes.
Like, as fucked up as the shit that they've done
but
is,
victims
like,
can become the
no, I mean, most of Kevin Spacey, his dad used to dress up as a Nazi and rape his brother in front of him. You know?
What?
You didn't know this?
This sounds like something you would say as a joke.
No, it's not a joke.
You laughed and said it's not a joke.
No, Kevin Spacey's dad was a insane racist, like a KKK, and he would dress up as a Nazi and rape Kevin Spacey's brother in the basement. Yep. You didn't know this? I know. Just when you thought he couldn't get more based, but
to clarify, I never had any opinions on how base Kevin Spacey's dad was.
No, but like, yeah, he did. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, obviously, like, a lot of perpetrators are one's victims.
Yeah.
And to me, it's very clear that, I mean, Chris Chan is, their claim to fame is literally that they're the most trolled person on the internet ever. Like, that's their claim to fame.
how unstable do you have to be in the first place that like I feel like people try to mass troll me. It would never drive me to becoming transgender.
No, because obviously, like, he's not all there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, he's like fucking like autistic or some shit. Like,
Yeah.
he's fucked up and
Good Lord.
yeah, dude. Like,
What
I
is
told you
the-
that, right? Where one of the trolls that they did was that he had a YouTube channel trying to be like yeah, this is my new YouTube channel. This is me. And they made another YouTube
Yeah,
channel.
saying this is me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's Liquid Chris.
Yeah.
I was like, that's the funniest fucking thing.
Liquid Chris.
Listen, I'm not saying that other shit's hilarious, but like, I do feel that for like what you said right now about like the girl apparently trying to like coerce
Yeah.
him into coerce her into whatever, coerce them.
Christine.
Yeah, I mean, because if you just say Chris Chan, they could be anything, you know, because it could be short
I
for
just called
Christine.
them. I'm scared.
Yeah, exactly. If coerce them into doing this, like, listen, I love trolling, but like, if it leads to anything serious, you have to fucking pay the consequences.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
it sucks. It sucks. I know that like a lot of people mean it as a joke, but if it led to shit like this, then
Yeah.
what the fuck? Like, obviously you're responsible,
Yeah.
especially if you're like basically like harassing a mentally handicapped person. Like, what the fuck you think was gonna happen?
Yeah.
You just be happy that this motherfucker didn't try to kill anybody.
Yeah, you just be happy his mom has dementia is gonna forget about it in 5 minutes anyways.
Yeah. Oh well.
Oh well.
I'll leave you on the. Go watch the Suicide Squad.
No, I'll leave you on one last thing, and
What?
that's Joel Kinnaman the other day posted something, and I think people should. Did you hear about it?
No, tell me.
Basically saying that
He's gay.
no, he had to start out. He's prefaced like, listen, several years ago, I met this model, back when he was starting to become famous,
Yeah.
and I guess I don't remember if he said they dated, but they banged consensually, and he keeps clarifying this was all consensual.
Right.
And now years later, this person, after he broke up with them or whatever, is back, and they're like threatening to like say that he raped them and blah blah blah. And the person like he said that there's actually like his lawyers or whatever has the phone call because it was recorded of this person admitting like, yeah, if you don't give me all the connections and hookups that I want, like I'm gonna say that you raped me and blah 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 and get you canceled, and like, oh, even if you don't give me all these Hollywood connections and blah 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 that I want, like, oh, just exposing you and claiming you did all this will be enough to get me into this. So he's getting
Yeah.
I'm calling it Amber Hearded, so support the boy Joel Kinnaman because I like that guy.
Jeez, that's a hard thing to try to like.
Yeah,
A rape accusation
is bad,
It's just
and I'm glad he's
you
smart.
you would literally need that. You would literally need a recording of her saying, "I've made this shit up,"
yeah,
to clear her name, and even then,
it's not gonna work for
it's
everybody.
gonna stick because most of the people that participate in cancel culture are fucking retarded, and they
Yep.
just kind of read one headline.
I
and
think
go
he's
along with
smart getting in front of it though before this person.
it. I guess, yeah. I don't know.
Well, it's tough to say what the best course of action on this is because
I always thought it was silence. To be honest, like in my opinion, I've always thought.
you
it's
think just to
silence.
not address it at all.
Yeah, I always think.
Here's the thing. I've
to
always
address
said
it gives it some sort of validity. I always thought it's best to ignore everything.
I'm gonna have a Twitter that I never post on, but the second I get accused of rape on Twitter, I'm just gonna respond and saying cap and then not and then never say anything else and delete leave my Twitter but delete the app.
Just a gif of Cat Williams saying "lying hoe."
I'm just gonna say cap.
Like this is my defense. Bitch, you lied.
It's just say cap and that's it, and that's all my Twitter's gonna be for. I'm gonna delete the app from my phone and leave the tweet up and then just never touch it again.
Damn.
And then that's all I'll ever say.
Well, yeah, go watch the Suicide Squad to fund his lawyers.
Yeah.
Fund.
And yeah, watch Suicide Squad. It's awesome. That's the Culture Realm recommendation this week.
Yeah, for sure. Go watch it.
It's a sick ass movie.
I really liked it a lot.
Major step up from everything.
Yeah, it made me cummies.
It did make me cummies too.
Yeah,
Cummies and
go watch
tummies.
the Green Knight too if you haven't watched that.
Yeah.
Support
Suicide
the
Squad
boys at 824.
Yeah, watch Suicide Squad though, because A24 is not in any financial danger. And,
Oh right.
and-
The
and
Suicide
Green-
Squad's not doing so well.
and Green Knight is not getting a sequel because it's not that type of movie.
Yeah.
Green Knight could flop at the box office. A24 would be like, exactly as planned,
Yeah,
just as
but-
we expected.
Yeah, but we got clout.
Yeah,
We
like,
got-
that's what they're thriving on.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All
do
right.
it. Do it.
Well,
Go to the theaters.
Yeah, exactly. And
Vaccinate yourself in a back alley and go watch it.
yeah, just get vaccinated. Period. Cause
But specifically do it in the back alley
yeah, exactly.
with the Johnson & Johnson vaccine. And then
the
send us
AstraZeneca one, the worst one.
send us pictures of the mutations you get with using the hashtag
I'm gay.
J&J
Oh.
J&J mutations.
Hashtag culture bomb as well, please. We need the publicity.
Yeah, hashtag culture bomb. Hashtag J&J mutations. We love you.
All right, sorry about the fucking. There's gonna be random static. We're gonna fix it for the next
one.
one.
It's our co-host. It's our
It's your fault. You're gay.
It's